All right, Coach. Just kind of starting off, Cougars last running in the Pac-12 championships. Just kind of talk a little bit about how the women and how the men fared. I mean, both had strong appearances on both sides, but just kind of break down a little bit that race 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we were pleased with the way both teams performed. It was our first, I'll call it first opportunity to run with pretty much our entire women's team, or our top 10 at that point. So it was nice to see everybody out there. We took some good steps forward, and I think these last 2 weeks on the women's side we've seen even more significant improvements, and so I'm really excited about making another step forward from the Pac-12s towards the regional championships. On the men's side, we thought top 5 was kind of about what we were expecting. In order to be in the top 5, you had to beat one of the top 12 teams in the nation, and we view ourselves as definitely one of the top 12 teams in the nation. So for us to finish 5th was a great performance. Chandler ran very, very well. Our spread between 1 and 5 was great. So I thought that was another a good step forward as well, and very pleased with the overall team performance.
Okay, and then running at the NCAA West Regional here coming up, it's going to be in Sacramento at the Hagen Oaks Golf Club. For trying to put together like a race plan and all that for a course that you guys haven't seen on the year, running at Wisconsin, it seems like every other week,
right.
Really. But going to a new course, I guess what factors what goes into making a race plan for these two teams.
Despite not being on it this year, we've had a couple of guys, not so much on the women's side, but a couple of guys had been on it a couple of years ago, and it runs very true. There's no surprises. It's maybe a little bit warm for us, but we were able to handle that very, very well at Stanford, and it's going to be same sort of temperatures. So our race plan will be very simple. We know where we need to finish and the way the course runs. So we'll have a pretty simple approach, a very intelligently conservative approach to the first part, and progress throughout the race. And that's something that's worked well for us in the past. When we've been able to execute it, some of the races it just doesn't play out that way, but this course is wide, so it makes it a little bit easier to execute that, and that's our general game plan on both sides.
Honestly, here, we talked about it before. Obviously, going to the regionals this Friday. But as far as just goals and expectations, I mean, for the women or the men, what are you guys looking to, accomplish?
Obviously, first and foremost is to advance to the NCAA championships. The interesting thing with our sport is that it's hard to know once you finish the race whether or not you have qualified for the NCAA championships. But we have a pretty good idea of where we need to finish. Our region is extremely difficult. Between our region and the mountain region are by far the two most difficult regions. The Pac-12 is definitely, it's just like a preview of the West region, and every meet that we've been to has been such high quality and high caliber and so much depth that we're very used to that type of competition. And again, we know the teams very well. We know where we need to finish, and so the approach is going to be, same sort of thing as Pac-12, being in the top 5 on the men's side. Anticipating that 7 to 8 teams will make it out. On the women's side, same thing. It's top 7 or top 8 will probably get to advance, and being 8th at the Pac-12, I think, sets us up very well on the women's side, and so our goal will be to be top 8 as well, and to give the women an outside chance, but a chance to qualify as a team. And then we have a couple of very high-end individuals I think have a very good chance on the women's side to make it as well. Thanks, and go Cougs!